Welcome everybody. My name is Karen. I'm making a video today regarding being a client for a BQH session. I find it so important that when you are going into a session that you prepare yourself. So you might have, these concerns that you don't have good visualization. So it's really important to do the practices, Are you able to meditate? Are you able to concentrate? Are you able to, be in a relaxed state for more than 5 minutes? Okay, because a session can go for a very long time. So you really have to be prepared for, being in that state, at least, laying down and being in it for that long period. If you have difficulties doing that, I would suggest that you do practices. Try to, get as comfortable as possible and see what happens. And most of the time, and it still happens to me, the ego comes in, or you could hear your thoughts coming in and chattering like, okay, I'm hungry. Are you really thinking that? Are you sure you're not making that up? Is everything what you're thinking, is it fake? That these are things that would come up in a session, and just through basic meditation. So when you're doing like a session, I would understand if you were able to see or think or feel and have yourself questioning it. Because, we do see sometimes sessions that are so profound and so out there. And so when we are in it, yes, we will question what we see and what we think and what we feel. Because we always blame that our imagination is not a real thing, when in fact our imagination is exactly the foundation of where we need to go. We are tapping into a different dimension and into somewhere else that is not here. So if you are in your mind and seeing through your mind's eye as the imagination, do not question anything that you're feeling. Do not judge it. Do not overanalyze it. Just go with it and say it. Because the moment that you start analyzing, the monkey brain is just going to continue to do one thought after another to another, and you don't want any of that. You want to just say it and trust it and explore it. That's the most important part about it. We can't expect to see sometimes in our mind's eye like a movie playing and, be able to like tell this strenuous story. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way. In my sessions, I could actually be conscious in them. I make an intention beforehand. Do I want to be present in it? Meaning, is my conscious mind going to be there? Usually when my conscious mind is there, I'm able to see visually pictures, imagery, live things that are happening right then and there, so that I could talk about it and articulate it as best as I can. Or sometimes I make the intention that I'm going to check out completely, meaning I go in there, I get hypnotized, or I go under like with the relaxation, and I just allow it to happen. So whatever comes through, I'm acting as a channel. So even after, like when I listen to the sessions after, I'm kind of like, it's kind of funny to see myself talk about things that I have no recollection of. Or sometimes I'll get the random image of what was happening in that moment, and I could better either explain it better, or I'll just be able to, it acts as a puzzle piece. So it works really well for, when we put everything together after we hear the whole session again. Another thing that I would suggest as a client is you have to really know what you want. Setting an intention. An intention could be anything. When it comes to BQH, sky's the limit. You can do anything you want, and you could have an intention of anything. If you don't, you can make a goal, like a really, set a goal for yourself. Like, what would you want? And and you can also ask a lot of questions that can be answered in it. So, you don't have to have like an intention that's like a paragraph long. You could have one intention and then be able to ask your questions throughout it. But you could do anything you want in these sessions. Like they're really, you could go anywhere. I mean, I've gone to different places. I've gone to the stars. I've gone to see like old lives. I'm gonna put that in quotes because if it's really complicated, but yeah, I've seen this current life as a child. You know, really going back through different personal and personal and old memories that you don't think that you would remember, and to the detail too. I really loved that, like being able to see things again, you know, as an adult and through the perspective again of a child. So yes, so I would really stress for those that are very interested to do, you know, if you aren't going to do a surrogate session, which is when someone stands in for you, and you really want to be able to commit and do a session by yourself. If you have blocks in your vision, and I'm talking about the mind's eye, to do a lot of practice meditations and to be able to try the visualization exercises that Tena puts out. Also just, you know, just explore yourself in that relaxation mode. Set your intentions. You know, if you really want to commit, you'll commit. And to not be so hard on yourself, like I said, if it doesn't work or as you expect. Do not expect anything from a session. Just go in there with your intention, with a clear mind, so you could be a clear channel for whoever will come through. Perhaps your higher self, perhaps a guide, an angel, whoever. Anything is possible that could come in there. And don't judge, and don't second guess anything that you're seeing. Just say it. And if you can't express it, describe it, or describe it in any way, you know, like how if you smell it, you feel it, or it looks like this, you know, like just express whatever you can, and everything will come together. If not in that moment, but after, when you reflect, get the healing that you need, you know, so that you could live your best life and to unblock a lot of things that may be holding you from living your best life today. So if you have any questions, please write to Tena, and I'm also a great reference to her, and she could reference back to me if anything. So good luck with your session. I hope you have a great experience. It is a life-changing one, and I recommend for everybody to do it. That's the one thing. It's a beautiful experience, and one where I never thought that I would be living the life that I am today, because I got to really meet myself, like know who I am and embody that today when I didn't think it was possible. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.